everybody. My name is Dio Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you live from the XTC on GSP. Today, we have the United States versus Malta. Doug Howe versus Gregory Pizzuto. Today, I'm joined by William Hagewood.
How's it going, everybody?
And Matt Carey.
Hello there.
So I'm about to open up the Choose Your Champion betting. Will's going to go ahead and break down Doug's list. Matt's going to take Gregory's list, and we're going to get started here. This matchup. Now, a little bit of background information. In the current round, the United States is 5-1. This is Doug Howe trying to extend that lead to 6-1. And we'll have these guys break down the list, and we'll talk about some more of the scope of XTC after that. It is time to choose your champion. If you're watching on YouTube, it is time to put it in the comments down below.
All right, and let's start with our USA player here, Doug Howe, flying a first order squad. He has Major Von Reg. That's in the first order interceptor. He has Lone Wolf and Afterburners. So really some defensive tech here. Afterburners to dodge arcs and Lone Wolf to get the defensive rerolls. Because of the ship ability, Von Reg's very good at barrel rolling and getting target locks, but has a tough time getting defensive modifiers. So really a squishy ace, but at I6 with a lot of reposition and those extra mods has been proven to be a difficult ship to pin down. Speaking of difficult ships to pin down, the other ship in the list is Kylo Ren with supernatural reflexes, primed thrusters, and proton torpedoes. Big offense there with the proton torpedoes, and primed thrusters, supernatural, allows him to barrel roll and use the auto thrusters ship ability, then to link it to a red booster barrel roll before he moves, or after, depending on the best situation. As Doug's proven that Kylo Ren is a borderline impossible ship to pin down, utilizing those very expensive upgrades. 121 point Kylo Ren here. We'll see how that interacts with his opponent, because this Kylo is going to be stressed almost every round. So, Matt, what is he flying up against?
Well, Gregory Pizzuto is flying the Sloan Swarm that was popularized during the Galaxies. It was Captain Faroff with Ruthless and Admiral Sloan. And then you have 5 Sinar Specialist TIE aggressors that all have dorsal turret. These dorsal turrets are going to essentially give you 180 degrees of 2-die attacks for the aggressors. The turrets don't go out to range 3, but that's still a lot of coverage when you're only running 2 aces. And then Captain Faroff, when you don't have a green token, can take an evade. So definitely an ideal carrier for Sloan, because when the attacker doesn't have the green, you just become that much more durable. And then, of course, Admiral Sloan will give double stress to any ship that destroys a friendly at range 0 to 3, which could double stress Von Reg or double stress Kylo. Kylo has some tech against that with prime thrusters, but Von Reg really does not want to get double stressed, because then he'll have a bunch of people shooting at him. And also, if you have stress, Sloan allows you to re-roll dice. So tough for the aces here, I think.
Yeah, Kylo's probably going to be stressed every single round here, whether it's linking actions. I guess if he links with Supernatural, say boost into a barrel roll, he would be unstressed if he did, say, a blue maneuver.
Yes.
So he'll have to take careful consideration about where and when he is stressed. And we see, I think, the swarm splitting up a bit
Already.
As Kylo approaches.
And I mean, with this kind of squad, I think you when you're flying against a supernatural Kylo, your best bet is to spread those arcs out as much as possible, coming in from different angles.
Yeah, and there's not enough gap in this lane here for yellow, blue, and pink. they're pretty much taking up all the lanes. But it gives them a nice, what do I want to say, head start on leading Von Reg, who is not going to turn into that at all. Just there's no reason to go joust 6 ships.
And I like the confidence here from Doug. You know, he's using that gas cloud to his advantage. He's saying, you know what, I might be able to get some early damage for free here on these aggressors, and I'm probably fine with a force and a focus behind a gas cloud.
Oh, definitely. And it also sets him up decent next turn to actually get behind, at least somewhat behind them,
So
and
blank
start
out on the
picking
first
at
one?
fair off.
Agreed. So blank out on that first attack.
Yep, the forgetting where the box was really cost him a big shot there.
First aggressor, 2 hits. 5 dice on defense. The cloud does the job there.
Doing work, Cloud.
Blank focus. Convert for 1. Impossible to not dodge, and there it is.
Yeah, with the force and the evade modifier, you should be able to get 2 hits on 4 dice, or 2 evades on 4 dice.
And we have focus crit. Convert that for 2. And again,
He's
the
safe.
cloud does the work.
Ooh, is he going to get a dark side out? Sure is. This is a fun condition here. You know, after Kylo defends, he's going to spin the force and assign the I'll show you the dark side. He's going to search for a panic or a panicked pilot. Any pilot crit, most likely panicked, is I think has the most impact for a critical damage, and then
For
assigns
most ships,
it
for
to
sure.
that. Oh yeah. I mean, there's the chance of like wounded, but panic just has an immediate guaranteed effect. So.
And
And
there
that is
is the
confirmed.
panic pilot. Yep.
What are the other ones? There's wounded, stunned for hitting obstacles. What's the third one? Oh, blinded. Blinded is the
Blinded
other one,
is good.
which could have been an option here to take out the Sloan rerolls for a ship.
Yeah, you got wounded, stunned, panicked, blinded. Those are those are your options. Stunned is the worst. Unless I have seen one time where somebody was playing a Kylo and the opponent had put themselves in front of a rock but without any pre repositions, and it was one of those where it's like, oh, stunned pilot, I guess.
Yeah.
And it won them the game.
Dash. Oh man, yeah, like Kylo, Dash fears no man except for Kylo. To give them the stunned pilots.
Yeah, I know that I did it to a Ray one time, and she had Corcella, so the panic pilot isn't going to do anything. But she likes to disregard debris, and with stun pilot, it's like, oh, you can't just drive over that anymore.
Matt rolls up and says, disregard this.
Yeah.
So I feel like, man, Kylo's in such a good position, right? Because you can just barrel out hard 1 back in, keep the gas cloud for another turn or 2.
Yep.
Or do you think he's trying to get aggressive and head towards Ferroth?
Well,
like
he knows
Ferroth is the linchpin, right?
Well, he knows that those aggressors are going to be caving in on Kylo. You want to use Kylo. You want to use as much of those forces to kill Kylo before you start chasing after Von Reg. Because as soon as you let Kylo go and start getting like behind the force, he's always going to be able to keep that extra 45 degrees of turning ahead of these aggressors, unless they're K-turning. That's how they could change their odds there. But most of you're going to want to commit those forces now. This is the time.
Yeah, it looks like the aggressors are committing in. They have their arcs to the left, so if Kylo does go fast, they can keep putting red dice into him. And if he did barrel out hard 1, or wants to anyways, they are primed for some range 1 attacks.
Really curious whether Von Reg's actually going to do a 1 hard engage this turn. Oh, there you go. Dodge past all of it. Well, most
Kylo's
of it.
like, yeah.
It's got options. Take a couple of range 3 shots. Might barrel roll away here.
Yeah,
Yep.
Get out of that range 2 on a lot of those ships.
And there's
so the stress doesn't mean as much.
Yep, that weakness on dorsal turret showing just a little bit there.
Yeah, it takes one shot, 1-2 dice, double-mounted shot. You can do that with a force.
Just barely clipping the range 3 for that target lock.
And with the barrel roll out, so able to get something for nothing there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Von Reg's doing a great job of pressuring the flank. So if the red and green here, if they start to commit to Kylo as well, it'll leave Von Reg open to flank.
And here we go. That was range 3. There is one of them in range 2. The blue aggressor is going to have 2 dice with a reroll.
Yep, he's taking the stress.
And here's he's got Sloan rerolls.
Doug playing the good sport and reminding him.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There we go. And 1 hit. Kylo able to dodge it, no problem, and gets out of this turn clean.
Yeah, when you're a Kylo, you could be a little bit more kind, being like, I'm gonna dodge that anyways. You might as well take that roll. But it's great sportsmanship. I mean, the series right now, after the games earlier today, is 5-1. So Doug has what do I want to say? Does not need to. Yeah, exactly. He does not need to play professional X-wing, right? A little bit more casual here in the gameplay.
This is 100% no pressure game.
Yeah.
I mean, the win would be nice. I mean, we're not telling Doug to throw it,
right?
But if he does lose or if he does make a mistake, it's not a big deal. So
Kylo probably gonna do it too hard. Fortunately, when you're facing 45 degree towards an edge, you will always make the hard turn, so he should be fine. But with prime thrusters, he really doesn't have to do the 2 hard. He could do a 3 hard or a 1 hard.
I mean, he has the option to barrel roll beforehand.
True.
Barrel roll and boost beforehand, if necessary. So could be. I think he's got a lot of ways to sneak up behind this Feroth.
Yeah. Same deal with Von Rig down near the bottom of the board. He could just 1 hard and then barrel roll and pick which side of that debris he wants to be on if green and red commit to him.
Mm-hmm.
A couple people asking if Kylo has the space available to boost. He does not. He's on that board edge. We'll go ahead and switch over to that Patreon cam just to give you that look right there. No space in that section. By the way, Shadow Squadron coming to you next via Patreon. Let's go back to the table. But yeah, with supernatural reflexes, I mean, you got so much flexibility there to do what you want. I mean, if I'm not sure why he would want to do a 2-bank, but he does have the room to supernatural barrel roll and 2-bank and be unstressed, even if he wanted to. Though he might not be willing to take that risk, but he's got the space to do it.
But as you were saying before, Will, we are 5-1, and we are very nearly USA. That is, we are about 1 or 2 wins away from 100% clinching that we will be in the finals for this tournament.
Whoop whoop.
Exactly. So a lot of the teams are X-1 right now. Who's the remaining X-1s for Group D that we're clinching against here?
I do not know off the top of my hand. I know that Spain is X-1, and
I think Sweden's the other one. Sweden and Hungary, if I recall. But Spain plays Sweden in the last round, so one of them will be X-2. Yeah, man, and the numbers, it's getting pretty close in Group D because the numbers are getting so close that if, because of Spain losing this week, if Sweden beats Spain next week, Sweden is in and Spain is not. So a lot of pressure for that last week for both those teams.
We saw the sloop from Faroff to put some pressure on Kylo from behind, and Kylo did do the 3 hard and still was able to boost with prime thrusters, double stressing himself. But again, with prime thrusters, it's not a huge deal. The main problem is you get the Sloan rerolls.
Right, but I mean, he is doing a great job of range managing right now. He's going to take a shot from Faroff, but we talked about it before. Kylo players are usually still pretty aggressive as long as they've got those shields, because you are hiding behind a couple of Force, and there's a good chance that the blue Sinar might not even have a shot, and even if you do, that's 2 shots versus taking 6. So I think that he's willing to be risky here, and we have our first shots of the round. And it looks like Doug's going to get some uncontested shots into the green aggressor.
He did do the 1 hard and use the barrel to pick which side was best, and there's a good roll.
3 hits coming in after the conversion. Defense here, that aggressor does have a focus token, and he's going to be taking 2 of those 3 damage after rolling only a single focus result. Shield and a card.
See what?
Yep. Don't want to kill him, Von Reg. Just damage him a little bit.
Just light touches, light touches. All right, Kylo's got a couple of options here. He could fire at that same ship and is going to. Not getting anything out of it, just a single focus result. Not willing to spend the Force there. Hold it for defense. Here's Faroff. Does have a range 2 shot. This is going to be 3 on 3. 2 hits and a focus.
It's to reroll.
Yep. Double stress, so. Nope.
And 2 of
easy.
8.
Yep. Doesn't even need to spend the Force. Looks like he might be switching that Panic Pilot over to Faroff, which is a good call.
I think the panicked being able to shut down the ailerons, the hard turns, and the sloops for the for Faroth is going to have a lot more impact than these turrets.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
And I mean, it's on the turn where Kylo put it out as well. It was essentially for free. Right?
Yeah,
it was for free.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, I haven't spent any Force. I guess I'll use it on the last turn. And that's why, jokingly early in second edition, people were saying, including myself, like how Kylo, if Kylo didn't have an ability, if it was blank, it'd still be good just because of the chassis in and of itself and in it having the Force. But this is one of those where it's if you have the opportunity to do it and it doesn't cost you anything, you go for it. Or you take strategic opportunities to spend that Force in a situation where you only have 1. You might say, you know what, this is a smart choice because of X and Y and Z, whatever it might be. And this is an opportunity where, obviously, like you said, getting a double stress on Faroff is detrimental to Faroff more than it is for these aggressors.
Yeah. I have definitely made a fool of myself more than once when I just took a pot shot at Kylo, and he was like, "Oh, thanks, I'll spend a Force." And, it's like, it was just a 2-die shot. I never expected to hit. And then he's like, "Oh, here's your
here's your
condition
prize.
card." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I should have thought about that."
Exactly.
Thanks for playing.
It does require a crit.
Whoa.
Oh my. Oh my.
What in the world?
That's Ross. It was in our. Thank you, Ross. All right. Anyways, what I was going to say is that it does show you the dark side. It does require a crit, but Kylo brought those proton torpedoes. And it's one of the few ways that Kylo can generate an automatic crit to get that ability guaranteed. Then to put the card rather guaranteed to go through.
All right, those
Wonder if
sign our
Kylo-
specialists.
Wonder if we might see Kylo do a supernatural 5 straight and try and commit onto taking care of that green.
Yeah, green really broke apart here. But I mean, the safest place to Von Rog is close to him, right?
Yeah.
Or Von
There you
Reg.
go.
He's not a Marvel villain.
Von Rogue. Speaking of Marvel,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see the Black Widow today.
Black Widow?
First
Ooh,
movie after COVID ever. Oh, we got a block. Now there's nobody who can shoot him, so there's not really that exciting. But it's you know what, you give
Yellow.
Gregory credit where it's due.
Yellow.
Yellow might be able to.
All right, here we go. Signar specialist green. Kylo out there only rolled a single hit. How aggressive is he being willing to do?
Both. Oh no. Doesn't like it.
Oh, one goes through, but that's not enough? You need a couple more.
I mean, that'll be half though, correct?
Yeah.
Points on the board?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And Kylo may not have wanted to kill him there because he would have gotten 2 more stress on top of his single stress, leaving him triple stress, which would turn off prime thrusters.
Yeah, and he does have maybe a turret here and pink shooting at him as well. So brought his force for, I think, only supernatural and defense. They don't mod red dice apparently.
One hit. Got 2 after the Sloan reroll. You saw the stress was pinged. 3 agility on Kylo. Spends a force and takes the first shield. Again, in these Kylo Von Reg lists, Kylo is the aggressor. Well, that's funny because it's aggressive. You know what I mean? Is the aggressive ship. Double focus. Reroll. Only got 1.
Yeah, this pink barrel rolled, so it does not have that focus.
Oh no.
Kylo's
Taking
got
another.
to drop the shield.
2 shields down on Kylo.
Lone Wolf turned off because Kylo is probably range 1, so
And another 2 hits rolled here. Von Reg. Got him.
Desperate for those squiggles.
Oh. Give me the spaghetti. And here we go. The green aggressor taking some revenge here on Kylo Ren. Range 1 with that dorsal turret.
And still range 3 of Sloan. Has them on.
definitely showing the strength of Sloan being out to range 3. Ooh, doesn't need him anyway. Not looking good.
Oh,
no.
no. Kylo goes down to just 1 hull. I mean, I've seen Doug do work with a 1 health Kylo.
This is true.
But normally he's traded it for something other than half a Signar specialist. And now it looks like the aggressors can basically encircle Von Reg now. Von Reg.
Mm-hmm.
And force Kylo to just get out.
Alrighty, so we have with that it's 0 to 61. Gregory's got a nice point sandwich. Nom nom nom. 61 points. I mean, that's the risk you take when you play these high pointed aces, right? Where you only got a couple of them. You loaded up that Kylo Ren. I mean, if you hadn't realized, that means Kylo is 121 points. Thick, guys. Thick.
Nice chunk of change.
Yep.
We need 1 more damage on green. He's got 2 damage cards over there.
Uno más. Done.
Ends up giving Doug at least a few points. But not quite half of a Kylo that's worth basically 3 aggressors, maybe 4.
Yeah, it's just so much arc. And 5 health on 2 agility isn't nothing.
No, definitely. I wonder if we'll see Kylo turn into the center of the board here.
Mm-hmm.
because there's really only 2 aggressors that can, handle that. But I don't know. I know I'd be a little rattled with Kylo on 1 health. So
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, yellow's turning in, green's put in the dorsal in towards the middle of the board, red's doing the same, blue's coming in, pink can come in for like blocks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of arcs in between those 2 debris clouds there.
All right, and there's pink going in the spot where you think Kylo's gonna go. Obviously, remember, we got prime thrusters out on that Kylo Ren, so does have some options of pre-positioning with the supernatural reflexes. Did have to spend a force last turn, or both force last turn, so only has a single. We'll see if he chooses to do it right before his activation. Fair off moving. There's the 1 hard. Get that arc pointed in the direction. We Kylo Ren hunting.
Mm-hmm.
And this is we're gonna see we are going to see we are getting a supernatural and another 5 straight, just trying to get out. Has the option to barrel roll to the left and get out of yellow's arc.
Yeah, pink just rotated that arc too, out of that shot on Kylo now. Wanting to threaten Kylo, like coming in and getting in behind Feroth. Von Reg, though, in the party spot here.
In the party.
Did he do...
Von Reg's pay attention to me!
Yeah, that pink is blocking his afterburner boost. And you can't... Can you barrel roll with fine-tuned thrusters? Does say after you fully execute a maneuver... And so does afterburners. Huh.
Yeah, so same time.
Yeah, you could stack them up.
He could barrel roll and boost, which might be the option to go with, and just take a range 1 shot from pink instead of sitting in that zone of death. Oh, going to the left instead.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I was thinking. And there's the afterburners. Bam! There it is. Range 1, but now of only in potentially 1 to 2 arcs versus the 3 with a 3-die attack in there coming from Feroth.
I mean, when you play these aces, you sometimes have to take shots to make sure you have a good exit lane.
And with the target lock, got 2 hits. Remember, you got to hold on to those green tokens for defense on these aces when you only got 2 of them. Only rolled a focus and a blank. There is a focus token out there. We'll see if Gregory is willing to take the damage. He says, I want the mod.
No, yeah, you have Kylo, you put him on the run. No, you could afford to lose all your aggressors, but you can afford to lose a couple. Yeah, let him kill. Let Von Rog kill a couple ships. It's fine.
Here's a range 2 shot from blue. 1 hit. All right, 3 agility not quite holding up.
He might
have to make a choice.
Lone Wolf here.
Yeah, the Lone Wolf into a blank just doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
He's taking a shield.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. Because Lone Wolf rerolls are better with a focus token, if that makes sense. To reroll a blank into a focus result.
And this is why he held it on. With a 3-die attack coming in, 1 squiggle. Here comes Lone Wolf. Ow! And got it.
Got 2, but we'll give up half points. Man, just losing points every round here, Doug.
Bleeding 14 to 95. Hit crit looking at Von Reg. Only has a focus on this one. Spends it and does avoid any more damage.
Yeah, so taking that 1 shield on the first attack saved him from taking a potential crit there. Very smart. But now has 3 health amongst his squad.
Yep.
And has managed to barely damage 2 of these aggressors. So still a lot of work he's got to do, but it's got 45 minutes to do it though.
May take a turn off for Kylo to recharge another force, but he may also think that he needs to get back in it.
Right. It's that time management versus points management, right? If you think ideally you want to go back into the fight with both of the force up, but if you got to start getting shots now, you start taking it. You are down 95 points. Each of these aggressors are 28 points. You're currently sitting at needing 82 points to actually get ahead. I mean, that's going to be, what is it, 3.5? Is that how the math works out? 2, 4, 6. That'd be 76. 3 of them, I think, gets it for you, right? Math's not good at mental math.
Something like that.
Let me double check that. 80. Yeah, 3 of them would get you 84 points. Bam. All right. Well, Gregory, sorry, not Gregory. Is it Gregory? I think Gregory asked me the question in the chat. Which of the Shadow Squadron ships is my favorite? Like, which one came out the best? Honestly, it's such a unique like vantage point on the ships, that like top-down view that you don't usually see drawn out. I think they all came out really cool. I really like the Reaper, just because like it's such a new ship compared to all the other designs, that it's just cool to get an up-close view of the Reaper. I mean, the Defender came out awesome too. It's also a really different look because you're looking at that top wing mostly. You don't really get the body, so it feels a little more aggressive, if that makes any sense. Anyway, let's get back to the game. Here come the aggressors marching towards Farroff right now, maybe expecting Von Reg to start chasing down Farroff, going to the left.
I mean, you're so up on points right now that you just need to play conservative, get out, and I think the aggressors are more spread out than they want to be, so they got time. They got time to regroup. So, meta question here as we watch Kylo and Von Greg finish up the activation. At what point do you turn in on Farroth, or is this whole game just shots of opportunity?
I think with the 2 aces, it's definitely shots of opportunity. I don't think you really get to dictate the engagement. It's you have the mat set out for you, and you deal with what's given to you.
No, yeah, I 100% agree. I think the earlier you are in the game, the more you have to keep that mindset. Where things might starting to change, where you have to start picking targets specifically, is like, all right, you're identifying places where you are most likely to get points. You have that ship that you could probably take a shot at range 3, but it's at 1 hull, and you need that to win the game, and it's like 30 seconds left. You got to go at that ship, right? So it's that balance of shots of opportunity, the best shot you have in the moment, and the shot that's actually going to potentially swing the game in your favor. And as you get closer to time, you got to go with that possibly more risky move.
That makes sense. Because I'm waiting on these proton torpedoes from Kylo. I haven't seen that beautiful American Kylo Ren target lock just sitting on that debris in the bottom corner there. I want to on a ship. Want to see them proton torpedoes.
It is unfortunate. I mean, as awesome as supernatural prime thrusters are, when you're stressed, you're still not. It's like you may be able to boost a barrel roll and be out of everybody's arcs, but you don't get to take that target lock that you need for to actually activate the proton torpedoes.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it would with being able to take the lock first, then barrel roll. We saw Von Reg do it as well. That you could set up the lock like a turn before, and then come on in with a focus token. But neither ship has had really the luxury to do that meaningfully. We did see Von Reg pick up a lock on red who is about to be halved, or could be halved easily.
Yep. And to answer somebody's question here in the chat, somebody said, why would you even take the target lock on the debris? So it's one of those where you're taking advantage of how the rules work, essentially. Because there is a jam effect on the board. That's Captain Faroff has jam on their action bar. Kylo, by doing a target lock, didn't have any ships at the time when that target lock took place, and ended up grabbing it on the debris, because in the event where you're jammed and you have that target lock, the jam is used up on the lock. If that jam happens before you would have taken your focus action or something like that. Otherwise, you have to carry that jam token until you end up clearing it with the focus token that you would have rather kept for use.
Exactly, yeah. It very specifically works against ships who can jam before you, whether they got false transponder codes or jam actions.
It's a little bit of insurance policy.
Right, because if they can jam you afterwards, like a Django with false transponder codes, they're just going to choose the actual token that you have.
Right, because they get to choose, exactly.
Hello, picking up that lock that we've been talking about.
Oh yeah.
He's already. He's got the Red Rockets glare coming. That's a Star Spangled Banner reference, by the way, for anybody who missed that. Okay.
I hope
Very
it was.
patriotic. Very patriotic.
Yeah.
Yep, there we see the target lock barrel out. No problem being able to dive back in to the fight. And we have a salute from the Major. Do they have a stress clearing 3-speed maneuver?
I don't
Just
believe
three
they
straight,
do. Right.
3 straight, but that's it.
Because they're... Oh, that's right, because they're V1 blues. 1 bank and hard 1.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I was trying to think if you could afterburners that afterwards. Trying to set up something like that. But it doesn't look like any shots this round. And yeah, Kylo's trying to pick off a straggler out here. If one of the disadvantages of Sloan, I can't believe I'm saying that in this way, is that it's only out to range 3. So if you have somebody, or if you have Faroff moving away from some of these ships, you can pick them off without the penalty then.
And if Gregory is identifying that with Kylo, you might end up seeing that Reaper try to get slowed down. Maybe a little intentional bump, tactical bump with yellow jumping in front.
Yeah, exactly.
You could end up seeing that.
Yeah, that would, I mean, keeping that range 3 bubble in the center of the board should be easy to keep around it, but we will find out.
HG Wood in the chat, by the way. HG Wood is a newer viewer. I've first seen that Twitch name for the first time. I thought it was you, Will.
No, I don't know who HG Wood is, but they're cool in my book because their name is similar to mine.
That's right. They say Sloan, it's Sloan greater than Dooku, question mark. In the canon, I will tell you, Sloan is a very powerful person in the post Return of the Jedi Empire. So you don't underestimate her power or her reach. Which is why it was awesome that we got to make an alt art of her after Galaxies 2020. If you haven't seen that one, it's really nice.
It's really slick. Glad I got one. Referencing this exact list, it's Sloan and some TIE aggressors.
And
so
there you go.
50-50, which way do you think Von Reg goes? Do you think he's going to go to the left or the right, or maybe make a straight?
I mean, I guess cloud protection's nice.
I mean, when you've been having both these ships are feeling a little scared right now. You can see Sloan Faroff is aggressively going towards that corner. Say, hey, you want the cloud? Go ahead, take it. I'm gonna pop you in the face for it though.
Well, yeah, you're talking about self bumps, and he just snuck right through there. No problem. Didn't need the self bumps. But great arc coverage now between the dorsal turrets, the front arcs, and Faroff's arc as well.
Moving the lock, and then going to barrel roll, try and get out of Pink's arc so he can launch a proton torpedo.
Boost as well. There's something that people might not know is that auto thrusters isn't once per round. You can, it just says after you perform an action. So you can't actually target lock, red barrel roll, activate prime thrusters, and auto thrusters. Again, you see the hands reading, double checking the card.
Yeah, like, say what? You can do what?
What? You can double reposition and to take actions.
Yeah, this is
the force.
This is one of those things where you're taking it. I mean, I say taking advantage, but you're using the way the stress mechanic works in the game to your advantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Prime thrusters essentially tells you to say stress mechanics when it comes to it limiting you. Don't do anything while you have up to 2 stress.
Ooh.
So
look at this dancing from Doug here. Utilizes the ship ability for the major here with fine-tuned thrusters to barrel roll, and then afterburners boost. Such a good combination.
And here's the 4-die attack at range 1, 2 hits, target lock, and getting aggressive, spends for 4.
He
Big
could
swing.
potentially kill him here.
1 blank will do it. He got him.
There it is.
First ship off the board.
Because you can just 5 forward, I believe the 5 forward blue, and just get out of there and not take shots to de-stress yourself. And
No, he wishes the 5 forward was blue. They got 4. Just the 4.
Just
got to be
only a 4 forward. And also, Kylo can knock this green out here because he only needs to do 2 damage off this proton torpedo. If he gets the full string, he has it.
All right, we got started with 2 hits. 1 focus is out there. Reroll. Got the 4.
Oh,
There it is. All right.
oh.
Needs a single blank.
Gets it. And he
got him.
may be outside Sloane's range, so he does not get double stressed.
No, they didn't even check it. Well, without. Well, I guess they checked it for red. No,
There it is.
Now it's being checked.
Reach.
All right, Doug, able to capitalize on the swarm splitting up here to take down 2 aggressors.
So closing the gap just a little bit, 56 to 95. The gap between Doug and Gregory right now shrinking. Needs 40 points to get ahead here on Team USA's side. Gregory wanting to hold on to that lead, though, for Team Malta.
Still an uphill battle, but Doug clearly knows what he's doing. That was a fantastic round for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not a single return shot either.
And it's
I knew I was talking that the round was over, but I was just excited for the chance.
And the thing is, with Doug's maneuverability on these ships, as you take these ships out, your game is getting easier because you're reducing the amount of arc coverage. Because both of these ships, each of the aggressors have not 1 but 2 arcs. We talked about it earlier. You got 180 degrees worth of coverage, and these two super maneuverable ships, they can arc dodge 3 to 4 arcs pretty easy on their own because of how maneuverable they are. And the closer we get to that number of arc coverage, the easier it's going to get for Doug. He's just got to actually survive.
Yeah, and that's the thing now is that he's losing resources quickly. The major's out of afterburners charges. It has to be a lot more careful. Kylo is out of all of his health resources down to just 1 hull. So really can't be. Every shot could potentially kill him.
Yep, this is going to be target of opportunity. Stay out of range 3 where you can. Really push on those prime thrusters. Expect him to be double stressed for the next couple turns.
Yeah, but he's gonna. I think he'll try to get a boost after this as well. He's just trying to see what's the best way to obstruct the attack. But if you boost too hard, you could get into Ferris Arc.
Mm-hmm.
I think he might sit here. Okay. It gets them all out of all but Blue's arc, and maybe even out of the range 2 Blue arc.
And the positioning
Yeah.
where Kylo is as well is in a spot where he might be able to distract Gregory a little bit, but end up taking on a purposeful tactical bump, saying, hey, you can't. Oh, no. Oh, no, he is being shot. It is obstructed, though. Kylo is bait right now. Kylo's bait. Shoot me. Shoot me.
Unfortunately, I think he got close enough with Kylo to turn off the lone wolf.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we might see a... Because now Ferris doesn't have a focus, just the reroll here.
Doesn't matter.
Oh,
And he is going to take only one. He lives. That's what matters.
Oh, big clinch there. Hoping to see those evades, Major. Obstructed range 2. All right. Should be easy dodge for Kylo then.
2 hits.
Putting the pressure out there, though.
Kylo's got the cloud. Oh, okay. Got him.
All right, so the aggressors are... I almost forgot which way blue is moving here.
Yeah, you got
so
those. Both ships are kind of opposite right now with their arcs pointed in the same direction. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, so... Yeah, blue's got a nice 2-bank in. Could help out keeping the pressure on Kylo. And then everybody else is kind of circling around here. But man, no damage on the rest of the team. They're going to be in a good spot. I'm talking about the Imperials here. They're in a good spot to keep that pressure going. They still have a lot more health and ships they could give up before they're real in any danger of losing the lead. Because they can lose a whole aggressor, maybe an aggressor and a half, before they are down on points.
Yeah, and they really only need to get one lucky shot on either one of Doug's ships, because he's down to 1 health on both.
Yeah. Every shot matters now. Like I said, so all the extra resources I was talking about are basically all gone.
Yep.
Kylo's got an extra force, extra in quotation marks there, but that's not a lot. Not a lot.
Alrighty, and you know, and Gregory is doing a great job of keeping that arc coverage as much as possible. He's keeping the pressure on, which what you got to do when you're facing against these maneuverable aces. Use those arcs to your advantage and try to force, you know, those double repositioners into spots where they don't want to be. Got to make hard choices.
Don't think he gets out of that with that angle, but
Yeah, because the fair-off is slightly angled too, right?
yep.
All right,
Oh no, he's definitely in.
Yeah. All right. Well, we can take another peek at that top of the table, and yep, that is in range. That little bit of tilt that Faroff received earlier from bumping one of his own ships, helping out and giving him a range 1 attack, 4 dice, and is not going to get anything with a single reroll. No! Spends the focus for 1. Kylo, all you got to do is draw a single paint. Okay, there you go.
Wow. I was gonna say Kylo's done for. Let's DG and pack this up and go home, but an abysmal roll there by Faroff. The best shot he's had all game, and comes up 3 blanks and an eye.
I'm sure Gregory was licking his lips there. He's like, let's go. Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, because now Kylo's behind you, and you gotta either choose to pursue the major with the aggressors or sloop, I guess. You could ailerons sloop. But, like, catching Kylo, also not easy to do. But, like I said, I mean, he's so far up in this game, like, he just needs to not make a huge mistake or something. And I think regrouping with the aggressors makes a lot more sense than flipping around and pursuing Kylo.
All right, and here we go. He's getting a little bit aggressive here. I like that move, though. I like that move because right now Kylo's not in an offensive position. Take the strain. It's okay. You need to get shots on that Kylo Ren.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever. Let the aggressors die, right? Like it's only helping out your team if they can get that double stress onto Kylo. Prime Thrusters does have a limit of what is it, 2 or less, 2 or fewer.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got enough people covering Von Reg over here, you're not super sad.
All right, so there's the hard turn as expected because you were facing the edge. Decision-making time now. Could boost and barrel roll out to range 3. Choose to take a token and barrel roll for a shot.
I mean, has another proton torp. Yeah, reaching for the lock.
Oh, okay. And so here, Doug here, he with the time dwindling down, he's identified that I need to, I only got 3 aggressors to deal with. I think I need to start taking shots on Farroff and grab that 30 points of half against that 1 agility ship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 4 damage onto a 1 agility. Well, I'm air quoting 1 agility. Farroff seems to basically have 2 agility, or essentially is reinforced all the time between his ability.
1 hit. Here's the reroll. Just 1. Agree. You know, I had never framed in my mind that ability essentially is reinforced. I had never. Thank you for making that connection, Will.
Yeah. I mean, it's like reinforced on a 0 agility ship, not so much of reinforced on a 1 agility. But yeah, I mean, if they don't got tokens, you're blocking 1 no matter what.
All right, here we go. Von Reg taking a shot from Farroff, range 2. Von Reg took to deplete this turn, not the strain. 2 hits.
Yep, no stress.
Rerolls from Sloan. Oh.
And looking for a lone wolf squiggle. Oh, not going to be enough. Von Reg goes
the wrong
down.
Token.
Wrong token.
All righty.
Yikes, so that's a whole other aggressor Kylo's got to pick off now too.
Yep. Man, have you seen Kylo's arms? He's got this.
Swallow.
That's Swallow. That's right. I mean, right now, I mean, yeah. So Tyler in the chat, wrong token for the situation. To be clear, yes. In that spot, the evade token was better because on 3 agility, you are expecting at least 1, right? Like you're expecting at least 1. It's in that situation, it just didn't work out.
Yep.
Yeah, you want 1 on the dice. Hopefully the reroll gets you 1, and then the evade guarantees the 3rd. So it makes sense. But I still prefer the lone wolf rerolling the blank and then the focus.
Yeah.
But I mean, you did a whole video, a whole quick tip on the math of that, and it gets real muddy.
It does. The more mods you have, the harder it is to figure out which one's the right one.
Right. Exactly.
When you keep it clean, just straight math, I think focus is actually the answer there. But with the lone wolf, it increases your chance to get like a natural evade because you kind of have like a 4th dice now. Right. And then once you reach 4, then evade is actually the right answer. Like it's in that, it's a weird spot.
Yeah. I mean, and how much hold do you have? How many red dice are coming at you? Things like that.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the balance. Like, if I just expect only 1 hit, then the evade is fine. Like it's oh my goodness. Right. But that's the fun.
Against 2 attack dice, if like 1-2 attack dice shot, you should always evade because you should get 1 on your dice, and then the evade just picks up the other one, no problem. Yeah. So it's hard to say. I feel like I always pick the wrong mods, but it's one of those confirmation bias too. That I only remember the time when I rolled 4 eyeballs and took a target lock that round.
Yeah.
You know. I don't remember the times where I rolled 4 eyeballs and had to focus token. Real excited to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Kylo did not bump there. They are kissing.
Besito, dale un besito.
Really?
You should be able to boost over, though. You're going to be jumping into 2 more arcs.
Woo, yeah, so close you got to boost through them. Wow.
I remember the day I figured out that the boost fits that way, like over ships, and I was just like, oh my god, what?
Yeah, Galaxy Brain.
Yep. All right, here we go. Shots going into the yellow aggressor. Looks like 2 hits.
Ooh. I was going to say, getting greedy if you do it.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to hold on to that defensive mod in the Force.
Sneaks
Yeah, there's
Oh, never mind. Gas cloud.
Yep.
I was going to say, there's a chance that this Faroth might be obstructed. No, it hits just the gas cloud. Just a little bit.
Here we go. Full trail mix. And Kylo able to dodge out of it. No problem. The clouds helping out there. Rain, go away. Now, as for GSP content, this... Oh, wait, sorry, we got one more shot. Oh, my bad. Un segundo. We got another shot here, range 2. It's going to be 2 on 4. Hit crit.
Gas cloud 4, though. Really going to have some poor results. And
nope.
Plenty evades. Evades despair.
June, you were talking about GSP?
Yeah. So, in the upcoming weeks, if you've been following us on Instagram, you've seen I've been increasing the number of posts going on there as we start creeping up towards the beginning of Paint Wars. July 27th is the release of episode 1 happening on YouTube. Looking forward to it. If you are even the idea, it is a reality TV show about painting. And it's a competition. So you got 3 painters each episode going up against each other. They are each given a prompt, and they go for it. And one thing that we'll be doing during after the release of every episode is we'll be doing a community kind of challenge for the week to see if in a single week we can if painters out there who that weren't a part of the show want to participate with that week's prompt. We're going to be doing some community participation there and even giving out prizes for people in the community who participate that way as well. So keep your ears peeled. It's going to be a good time. Here's a reroll for the cloud and got a hit.
Looks like he's just trying to cut off some routes for Kylo.
Hard turn 3.
Rotate to get the arc on someone.
Yeah, we'll say Gregory doing a great job of keeping the pace of play here in these final turns.
Kylo did end up bumping there.
Well, might be taking a shot from yellow and pink there.
Yeah, definitely yellow. Those side arcs are much bigger than the front and back ones.
All right, so leaning into variance here, hoping for some big money, but only got a single hit.
Man, Doug's offense has not been great all game.
Couple of evades, no problem. One health, Kylo.
I meant his natural offense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't have the mods to spare, though. You know what I mean? Very rarely is he getting, like, uncontested shots. So great job by the Imperial player here, putting that pressure on.
Here's a roll, 2 hits, got 1. Kylo is not currently stressed, so no Sloan re-rolls. Giving Kylo the best chance to live. Got out of it, 2 evades, next shot, bring it up. Range 1 with a dorsal turret going into Kylo Ren. There's the roll.
No mods here.
Hit crit. There's a target lock out there.
Oh, yes, the target lock.
He saved it from earlier and not able to convert, though. Kylo looking for some paint, and that is the ball game. Only a single force available and dies on the direct hit. That means that Gregory Pizzuto gets the W here after the direct hit crit, and that means that Malta is going to move from 1 win to 2. But again, we talked about it earlier in the matchup. USA was already up 5 games at this point. It had won the round, and Doug could play a little fast and loose if he wanted to. No pressure in this game. Thank you to ISO, Danko, Baffle, Trojan, Prophet, Shadow, Tycho, Spice, Raider, Lancer, Fallen, and Row 6, our Grand Admiral patrons, and all of our Gold Squadron patrons and community members. Thank you so much for your support. Gold Squadron out.